Welcome to Soulciete, the shift, the tribe, the movement. May you live your truth. Live from Los Angeles, we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We also come together in a community, Soulciete, committed to being the #1 spiritual leaders community in the world, committed to enlightenment, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world. Our mission is to awaken 1 billion people, and how we are doing that is by developing world-class spiritual leaders. So let's do this thing, you guys. Today, this is the first of a 12 series on living your truth. What does it mean to live your truth? We're going to birth your true power, your true passion, and your true purpose. And we're going to teach you how to reprogram your subconscious mind. And this is the basis of all of this work. So I want to begin with my personal journey of seeking and coming to what I consider the most important work on this planet within myself, and for people to truly live lives that they love and release their suffering and begin to live their truth. Okay? So my journey began, as I'm sure many of you heard my personal story, at the age of 22, having a stillborn son and giving birth to his body. And the next day going to the mortician's house and having a moment where I felt so alone. I was looking down at his body and he was gone and his body was still here. And I realized we're not these bodies. And in that moment, I made a profound commitment to seeking truth, to figuring out what I was doing here, what the meaning of life was, and how to really release the suffering that was crippling me. So in that moment in time, I was 22, and I began to seek. And my parents weren't really around. I grew up in a sort of hippie commune in the hills of Santa Barbara, and I had zero structure, no religion, and no organization, no support, truly. And here I was at 22. I was married to somebody that I didn't even know who he was. I didn't know myself. I was dying inside. I literally, other than I was not suicidal, but I literally didn't see the point in this life anymore. And I really handed my life over to seeking truth. And I thought, if I can just figure that out and give something back to this world, then it will make my life worth something. So I began to seek, and I was anti-religion, so I didn't want to go to any of the religions. And I began to read books, of course, and one of the common denominators that I found in the books was that all the great minds did meditation. So I began to meditate, and I actually set up a little place in my closet. I began to meditate. And I began to seek other things. I began to seek conferences and seminars and workshops and individuals that could teach me. I had no money when I was 22, so most of it I did, off of free books or books that people handed me or whatever. And I began to I went to Landmark Forum. Multiple times. I got my 9 rights in shamanism without any medicine, just pure. And learned how to master energy. I began to seek and seek and seek. I began to look at Socrates' method and Greek oracle processes and subconscious works and all kinds of things. And I ended up becoming a spiritual practitioner and a New Thought minister, which is science of mind, understanding the metaphysics of the world, and then finally becoming a doctor of divinity. So it's been quite a journey. It's been a 25-year journey. And I'm here to say that I truly believe that out of all the work I've ever done, one of the most profound works that has shifted and turned on my superpowers is doing my inner trauma work. And in doing the inner trauma work, then once you've done your inner trauma work, then it was really about birthing my truth, getting clear of what my core values are, getting clear of what's true for me, and then birthing my true purpose and calling. And this is what I'm going to take you through. So today, the first of this 12 series that I'm so excited to bring to you guys is how to reprogram your subconscious mind. Because this is what the basis of all of it is, okay? So how to reprogram your subconscious mind. So all spiritual work is the restoring of the true identity and birthing your power, passion, and purpose. The core inner work is to clear the soul of all limiting beliefs, limited identities, and negative energetic memory, which are stored in the subconscious mind. So in Soulciete, basically the community that I run, we use a process called the truth triangle. Okay. This is something that I developed over the last 25 years. I looked at all these processes, the subconscious mind, all the work of getting clearer and really living the most empowered you. And I went, what is this exactly? What is the process of this exactly? And this is the process that I came up with, which is called the truth triangle. And it's to birth the individual's truth and deprogram the subconscious mind. So we reprogram the subconscious mind by knowing the truth, living on spiritual principle, and aligning with universal law. We create our daily spiritual practice and set intentional habits in for success. But before we do all that, we have to deprogram the subconscious mind, which means we have to rid the subconscious mind of the limiting beliefs. And so, everybody knows this. Okay, we know it's the subconscious mind. We know there's limiting beliefs. But how do you actually get rid of the limiting beliefs in the subconscious mind? Well, this is basically the key and the secret of over 25 years of what I have come to, which is, for me, what I believe is my greatest gift to leave this planet, which is really understanding the commands that happen in traumatic incidences and how they get programmed into the subconscious mind and how they play out in people's lives. So, you can manifest all day. You can try and manifest all day. You can use all the affirmations you want. You can pray, you can do all this. But I believe that most people just don't have a strong enough of consciousness to override their limiting beliefs and their commands that are already in their subconscious mind. So it's not until you've gone back in and re-experienced and done this work until you can actually begin to know the truth and align with it, okay? So in order to reprogram the subconscious mind, we must ask the following. Number one is, what is the subconscious mind? What is reprogramming the subconscious mind? Why is reprogramming the subconscious mind so important? And number three is, how do you reprogram the subconscious mind? So number one, what is the subconscious mind? So from a spiritual perspective, the subconscious mind is a huge memory bank that it basically encompasses all energetic coding within the consciousness of the individual, which includes the individualized memory, the collective consciousness memory, and the cosmic consciousness memory, okay? So the subconscious is the automated and habitual aspect of your psyche. It is the non-critical aspect of thought. This infinite intelligence of the subconscious mind includes what we call the Akashic records, which contains all mental pictures of all lifetime. So the subconscious mind we say it's probably 98% of everything. It's breathing you. It's doing mathematical equations, chemical equations right now that no mathematician can do. It is the super conscious, living and breathing as you. The subconscious mind is everything. It is attuning you to all of life right now. I don't think that even science remotely understands how profound the subconscious mind. They can't even get there. How do you measure it, right? So next, the second question is basically, why is reprogramming the subconscious mind so important, right? So why is it so important? Reprogramming the subconscious mind is imperative because you can go out and you can, set your dreams and you can, hustle all day and you can do your to-do list. But there are limiting commands within your subconscious mind, limited identities and limiting beliefs that are running the show. And so this is why so many people, they sabotage their success, or they just get stuck and they don't know why, or whatever it is because they just have a decision in mind, a command in mind that's already set in place. And until they deal with that, it doesn't matter if they have the greatest invention that can make billions of dollars, or they meet the love of their life, or, they find all the wisdom of the greatest supplements on the planet. They will sabotage it within their subconscious programming. It's kind of like a set program that's going off inside of them. And so the third question is, how do you reprogram the subconscious mind? Well, we're going to get into that. We first want to use some analogies, okay? Some metaphors. So it's kind of like, imagine that you're on one side of a big mountain, and on your side, you're in your reality, the reality of wherever you are financially, emotionally, you're wherever you are relationship-wise, you're all these things. And on the other side of the mountain is your dream life, who you want to be, all the success, all the abundance, flowing love, expression, all that stuff. And you think, if I just climb over this little mountain, then I'll get to my dreams. Well, what people don't realize is underneath that mountain, it's kind of like the picture of having an iceberg in the middle of the ocean that goes down, down, down. And actually 90%, 98% of the mountain is actually down underneath it, right? So when we think we're just going to climb over the mountain to our dreams, what we don't realize is that when we're climbing over that mountain, there's stuff that's going to stop us that we don't even know that's going to stop us. And it's a subconscious mind. So if you want to have success, live your greatest version, end your suffering, claim your birthright of prosperity, have abundance in the realm of love, and even restore your health, you've got to deal with the subconscious mind. Okay? So there's a great analogy or metaphor for the subconscious mind. And it's the computer analogy. I use it all the time. So let's just pretend for a minute, and I want you to, if you're on your phone or your computer, I want you to touch your phone or your computer. This is considered the hardware of your computer, okay? If you physically touch your body, this is considered the hardware of your body. This is your body, okay? So now, if you take a look at your computer, and within your phone or computer, there's what's considered the software. We get software updates, we get glitches in our software, right? It's what's running the show on your computer or phone. So if you think about yourself and within you, what's running your show? It's your belief systems, right? We know that it's like the programming of the individual, which includes the energetic memory of the DNA. So epigenetics is now proving that all memory of all lifetimes is stored in our DNA. So your software, your belief systems is coming even through your genetic coding. It's also programmed through your friends, your family, the culture, etc., right? Your belief systems. Your belief systems are everything. We know this even that if you put yourself in a new environment, it will affect your chromosomes, your DNA, all of it, because you are one with everything. And if you are putting yourself in a better environment or around people of a higher consciousness or a more abundant consciousness, it will go into you by osmosis, right? So it's important to know that your software matters. So next, if you take a look at your phone or computer, it's the memory, right? So memory, it's how great your computer or phone is how much memory it has as well. So same with us, our memory, the memory of a computer is like our memory, in that our memory is not only, it's stored in every single cell. It's stored in every single cell. Our memory, we call it the Akashic records from a spiritual perspective. It holds all mental pictures of all lifetime, because you have to remember that you're not an individual. You are the individual, the collective consciousness, and the cosmic consciousness. This is the truth of who you are. So your memory is the infinite intelligence of the entire universe, right? So this is the analogy. Okay, so now you can have the greatest phone, the greatest computer, the greatest software, the greatest memory, but if you don't have an operator for your phone or computer, it's not going to do anything, right? So it's the same thing with you. You are the spiritual being. You're not your body. You're not your beliefs. You're not your memory. You are the spiritual being operating through this thing called this body of whatever that is. So the point is this, is that we are like computers. And if we want our computer to work well, we've got to do some work with it, right? Computers get glitches in it. Computers get slow. It gets too many programs running in the background. You get too many files open. The cache is full. We get that little spinning ball, right? Humans get slow. We get a lot of past traumatic incidences, mental pictures, limiting beliefs, disempowered thinking, chaos, dysfunction. We get overwhelmed, we get confused, we get sad, we get depressed, right? So the computer might be not efficient. Partly why is because it has poor internet connection, right? So for the human, we may not be efficient because we have poor connection to source. We're too out in our frenetic world. We need to get grounded back in source. It's like replugging into the wall, getting in our divine nature, doing our inner yoga, and knowing the truth of who we are. So how do we reprogram the subconscious mind? Okay. So I'm going to take you through some processes over the next 12 weeks in this podcast. And I'm going to walk you through doing trauma work. I'm going to walk you through how to restore your power through basically shifting back your limited identities, the false identities that you have, and bringing back to restoring your true empowerment, your true power, your divine nature. The second part of the truth triangle is we're going to be doing the subconscious work on birthing your passion, meaning your relative truth, what works for you, where you really thrive in life. There's ultimate truths, like, for example, energy cannot be destroyed, things like that. There's relative truth, which means what works for you works for you. You know, what do you love and what do you not love? That's different for you compared to another human being. We're going to birth your core goals, your core values, and that is birthing your passion. And then we're going to learn how to put boundaries on people in your life and releasing your false expectations, your failed expectations, and knowing what works for you so that you can create the life that you want regardless of your circumstances. Thirdly, we're going to birth your purpose, and this is done by basically looking at all the triumphs you've had. So maybe you still need to do your trials because you're going to be going into your trauma work. But once we've already done that, step 3 in birthing your purpose is really taking a look at your triumphs plus your passion plus your skill set and birthing your purpose and calling. And we take all the trauma, the suffering of this lifetime and past lifetimes, going into past life regressions, and we begin to birth your true purpose. I truly believe that you're here to complete your DNA cycle, your lineage, your ancestors. You're here to live the life that your grandma and your great-grandmother and everyone else wanted to live. They're rooting for you, and they have your back. And when you heal yourself, you're healing supposedly 7 generations and 7 generations back. I believe you heal all of life when you heal yourself. So this is a process I'm going to take you through for the next 12 weeks. It is the truth triangle. It's living your truth. And this is so exciting. And so on this note, I just know the perfection of wherever you're at, no matter where you're at, if you're struggling with being sad inside, if you have heartache, if you can't seem to break through around money, if you have health issues that just don't make sense and you're just ongoing, you want to listen to this 12 series. And I also ask that if this brings you benefit, please write a review, give us a 5-star, also refer it to a friend. You know, it's important to support the people that we love and the processes and things involved. So again, this is the primary work that I really feel like I'm here to leave the planet. It's also the primary work of Soulciete. So if you're somebody that desires to have a spiritual community and really dive even further into all these conversations, you are welcome to check out the website, Soulciete, SOULCIETE.com. And you can join membership and have an amazing supportive spiritual community. You can join leadership and become somebody who's a soul entrepreneur and learn the 8 pillars of business along with all this work. Or you can become an ambassador. And ambassadors become my inner circle. This is a 300-hour certification program and getting trained in this work. So not only do you do your inner work and birth your truth, you're able to help others do this work. And a lot of the girls have transitioned from traditional jobs, claiming their calling of being a spiritual leader. I've had girls that have had success in getting tons of one-on-one clients, launching courses, launching memberships, having multiple 6 figures. That is not guaranteed. We don't guarantee any income for people. We cannot do that. But we have had great results from some of the women are epic, epic women. So I'm so excited to be doing this work with you as we go over the next 12 weeks of birthing your truth and living your truth. Have a divine day, you guys. I love you so much. Thanks again for tuning in to Dr. Erin and Soulciete podcast. I'd like to invite you to write a review on iTunes. Also, I have a free gift for you, a money meditation and worksheet, which you can find at soulciete.com. That's www.soulciete.com. Or 30 guided meditations at www.drerin.tv. That's www.drerin.tv. We also hold monthly Soulciete events that are all about transformation and building extraordinary community. You can also watch me live daily on goodmorninglalaland.com or Instagram at drerin.tv. Grab your free Manifestation Masterclass with the purchase of my international best-selling book, Awakening, a 40-day guide to unleashing your spiritual powers, life purpose, and manifesting your dreams at erinfallhaskell.com/awakening book.